This is going to be a tutorial on how to input scores into EDIMS or IO assessment. The first thing you need to do if you're entering in scores is make sure you have the proper tiles. So I'm going to show you both ways to access the function that you need. The first thing you need to have is the input edit scores. If on your tiles you do not see the input edit score, which is the top left-hand purple box right here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go up to the right-hand side where it says your name, and you click on your name and the drop-down menu says My Tiles. So you click on My Tiles, and let's say that I didn't have the input edit score. So what I would do is I would go to the available tiles on the right-hand side, and I would find that input edit score tile, which is going to have purple writing on it, and it's at the very bottom, and then just click on that green plus sign. And again, that's only if you did not have the input edit score tile already on your tile page. So I'm going to move this, just click and drag it to the top, and then on the right hand side you want to save your tiles. Once your tiles are saved, on the left hand side of the screen in the black boxes, you're gonna want to click on Home. Okay, so now again, if you didn't have the input edit scores tile, you'll see it in your tiles. That's one way to access the tile that you need. The second way to access the tile that you need is on the left hand side of the screen in the black section. You would go to Testing and scroll down until you see Input Test Data. Click on that, and then you want to input edit scores. Input edit response is not the correct function. You want input edit scores. So again, that's the second way to access what you need. Once you click on the input edit scores, you'll see this screen. My screen's going to look a little bit different than your screen. And the reason why is because I have access to all of the assessments so that I can create the assessments. However, you will only have access to your students. So as a teacher, you will only have access to your school. So say you work at Windsor Creek Elementary, and say that you are a second grade teacher. So these boxes, the school and the grade, will already be picked for you. In addition, the teacher will already be picked for you. You wouldn't have access to all the teachers in second grade at Windsor Creek Elementary. So let's pick Heidi. And then we are going to be entering in scores from the 2017-2018 school year, so last year. So on the enrollment date, instead of current, which is this school year, you'd want to click the drop down and click on the final 2017-2018. That's really important. And then click Next. Okay. So for 2017-2018, these are all the assessments that I have available as the teacher Heidi. And so if I want to enter in the scores, I need to make sure that I'm selecting the proper assessment. So let's say that I want to enter in the scores for Grade 2 Foundational Benchmark 1. So I select that benchmark. And on this next screen, these were all of the students that I had for the 2017-2018 school year. So this roster should look familiar per last year's roster. And all you have to do is just click on the boxes. And so you see there's three different categories here. There's the overall reading score, the overall score for discrete skills, and then the overall score. So let's say that the reading score was 70 points, the raw score was 40 points, and you can see that it adds up those two columns to get the overall score. So it does that work for you. So you only need to complete the discrete skills and the reading, and it will calculate the overall score for you. Once you have all your scores entered, it autosaves. So there's no need to save anything, no need to click any buttons. It's just going to autosave for you. And then when you are done entering in this data set, all you have to do is simply go home, find that Input Edit Scores tile again, click on the previous year, so I'll go back Windsor Creek Elementary, grade 2, back to Heidi, click Next to make sure again you're on the proper enrollment dates. And then if I have more data to enter in for other benchmarks, I would just simply click on the other benchmark. Let's say I want to enter in the academic scores for this benchmark, and you can see that there's actually 4 boxes on this one. So you have the overall reading score, so let's say that this was out of 20, the writing score would be 30, again I'm making up these numbers, and then the discrete score, let's say that was 50. And so this student's overall score would be 100. And again, it auto-saves, so that's all you have to do.